Mecum Kissimmee is coming up in just a few weeks, and let me tell you, this is going to be the biggest and most wild event of the year. If you're anything like me, you've gone onto the Mecum website and you've tried to look through the catalog, you realize that there is so many cars on there. It's overwhelming how many unique, one-of-one, crazy, insane cars are out there. You just don't know what to look at. But lucky for you, I have narrowed those down for you, and I can't even say I've narrowed them down because there are literally thousands of cars that are going to be crossing the block this upcoming auction, and where do you start? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be highlighting some of my favorite or some of the top picks that I think that a lot of people will enjoy. One-of-ones, unique cars with a lot of history, whatever it may be. That's what I'm going to be highlighting today. This is more than likely going to be like a 3 or 4 part series, and this is just part 1 because that's just how many cars there are going to be at this auction. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to be showcasing about 10 or so cars that I think really are going to bring in a lot of attention. These are cars that may have been owned by famous people or one-of-ones or have history that you care about, and it's worth the time investing in. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to be highlighting one of the best cars at this auction, probably the most unique and most important and significant that will be crossing the block. So enough yapping. Let's talk about some of the insane cars that you will be seeing at Mecum Kissimmee 2026. And we're just going to jump right into it here. This car is going to get its own video because of how historically significant it is, but it's the 1969 Yenko Camaro prototype pilot test car. Yes, this is the first Yenko ever made. This is just one of 201 Yenko Camaros built for 1969, and even crazier, it's actually one of only 10 finished in Olympic gold, and then it's one of just 2 with white graphics. And it's the only one documented as being dealer optioned with Atlas wheels. So, is it a one-of-one? Yes, but it's also the first Yenko Camaro ever produced. Under the hood is a Copo 9561 L72 427 cubic inch V8 rated at 425 horsepower, paired with the Copo 9737 sports car conversion package and an M21 4-speed manual. And this car still retains its original L72 engine, BE code, rear axle, trim tag body, and interior. But this car wasn't just a showpiece. In 1969, drag racer Ed Hedrick piloted this exact car for Superstock Dragon Illustrated, ripping the best quarter mile time of 11.94 seconds at 114 miles per hour on slicks and open headers. Now there's a whole entire history about Don Yenko and how the Yenko Camaro and Yenko cars came to be, and I'll be making a future video on that. I actually made a short video about the Yenko Corvette that is going to auction, and actually was at one of the Mecum auctions. I forget which one, but it was there. So if you want to go check out a little bit about the Yenko history, I do cover it in that video. I'll also be making another video exactly on this car here, so if you'd like to see that, stay tuned, like and subscribe for that video as well. What a great way to start off with a Camaro Yenko, but wait till you see this car. 1966 Ford GT40 Mark II factory lightweight XGT3. This is American motorsport royalty. This is one of the most original and important GT40s still in existence. Only 11 GT40 Mark IIs were ever built, and only 9 remain intact today. And then of those, only 3 of them were produced with the factory lightweight option, and this is one of them. This car was built by Shelby American at the legendary LAX facility right at the peak of Ford's all-out war with Ferrari. The GT40 Mark II is widely regarded as America's most important racing car and created for one purpose only: to win the Le Mans and dethrone Ferrari. This car retains its complete original body, factory thin gauge steel chassis, aluminum lightweight roof, and even the adjustable suspension that was exclusive to the lightweight cars. This car remains owned by Ford Motor Company until 1977, and then since then it's had 4 private owners. It's extremely unlikely that a GT40 Mark II will ever become available in the near future, and especially this one. It's probably one of the most original ones, considering pretty much nothing on it has been changed. It makes it that much rarer, so this is going to bring in a lot of attention. Up next, I just did an entire video on it. If you want, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it in the description below. But it's a 1980 BMW M1, and it's not just any BMW M1. It was Niki Lauda's BMW M1. The 1980 BMW M1 is just one of 399 road cars produced during the 2.5-year run of BMW's M1. This car was built for and owned by Niki Lauda, and it was awarded to him as a trophy car for winning the 1979 Pro Car Championship. The BMW M1 was BMW's first mid-engine supercar, and in fact it was actually the first car fully produced by BMW's M division. Basically, the project got really complicated. It was supposed to be built in Italy. Lamborghini was partnered with them. They're supposed to make about 400 or so for homologation reasons, and then BMW would take it and make it a race car. But Lamborghini ran out of money, and then BMW undertook the whole project on their own. It was this whole project. Essentially, then they used the BMW M1 for a racing series before and after Formula One events, and that's how they gained all the attention, and that's how Niki Lauda ended up with this car. Power comes from a legendary 3.5 liter M88 inline 6 featuring 6 individual throttle bodies, dual overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, and Bosch Motronic fuel injection, producing 266 horsepower through a ZF 5-speed manual transmission with a top speed around 165 miles an hour. The Motorsport tricolor stripes are hand painted and signed by Walter Mauer, officially designating this car as a BMW art car. Like I said, there's a lot more to this car, but if you want to go check it out, I recommend seeing the video in the description below. But this car is going to bring a lot of attention, especially with Niki Lauda's name attached to it. Coming up next is one of the most pure Ferraris that Ferrari ever built, the Ferrari F50. This one is part of the Bachmann collection, and that's going to get its own video as well because they have so many Ferraris, so many crazy unique Ferraris. But let's talk about this one right here. This one's showing 251 miles from new, and out of the 349 F50s produced worldwide between 1995 and 1997, this one is number 65 overall and one of only 56 built for the US market. The F50 was created to celebrate the brand's 50th anniversary, and power comes from a 4.7 liter naturally aspirated V12 producing 513 horsepower paired to a 6-speed manual transmission. It's finished in Rosso Corsa 300 over a Nero interior with Rosso fabric seat inserts. It also comes with a ton of extras including Shidoni luggage, I hope I said that right, original books, manuals, tools, and even the highly coveted F50 flight case. This F50 has won a plethora of awards across the world, so it also has that additional unique rare, I mean it is an F50, it's super rare, but it also has won a lot of awards with it, so it just makes it that much rare. Up next is something pretty interesting. We're going more modern muscle car here, a 2023 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170 Jailbreak showing just 20 miles. And there are a lot of Demon 170s out there that are not being driven. People are using them as collector cars, they're just sitting there collecting dust. This is one of them. This is also a one of one. Dodge only offered 40 Demon 170s with one-off vintage or modern jailbreak colors, and fewer than 28 of them were ever actually completed. Out of all of them, this is the only Dodge Demon 170 finished in PY5 cream sickle color, which is awesome because this is the only Demon 170 in this color, but what makes it even more unique is that it came directly from Kevin Hart's collection. Underload is a supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi V8 making up 1,025 horsepower on E85 backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's one of the quickest production cars ever built. This example was loaded with details including carbon fiber rear seat delete panel, a custom LED lit Demon hood prop, and it also comes with the original build sheet and window sticker. The Demon 170 represents Dodge's last true American muscle chapter, right? It's the last V8, just pure raw power before getting into electric and other nonsense into it. So this is it for Dodge. This is it. And this one was owned by Kevin Hart. It's the only one in this color. It's putting down over 1,000 horsepower, so a lot of attention here on this. Up next, I was scrolling and I was like, oh my goodness, a 918. And then I was like, oh my goodness, 8 more 918s. This is just one that I thought was super cool. It's a 2015 Porsche 918 Spyder Weissach edition, one of one spec. This is number 821 of just 918 produced, showing only 1,600 miles. It's one of just 13 Salzburg liveried examples built for North America, and more importantly, it's one of one in this exact specification. The 918 was first shown as a concept in 2010, and it was Porsche's answer to the modern hypercar arms race. Power comes from a 4.6 liter naturally aspirated V8, derives from Porsche's RS Spyder Le Mans prototype, paired with a front and rear electric motors combined for an 887 horsepower. Power is sent through a 7-speed PDK dual clutch transmission and all-wheel drive, resulting in a top speed north of 210 miles an hour and the ability to run up to 93 miles an hour on electric power alone. It was also the first production car to complete the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes. That is insane. This example was fitted with the highly desirable Weissach package. It was also further elevated through Porsche's Special Wishes program, where inside you'll find Alcantara and black leather with acid green piping and accents, carbon fiber bucket seats, and matching acid green brake calipers and key fobs. It has carbon ceramic brakes, front axle lift for usability, removable roof panels, and visible carbon fiber on the mirrors and rear spoiler. And critically, for collectors who are into these cars, it had 10-year major service was completed in September of 2024. Now we're going back to the 70s here with this one, a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, 5,400 miles. And the best part about this car, it's completely unrestored. Everything you see here is completely original, no work, no restoration. Only 716 Superbirds were built for 1970, and this one still wears virtually everything it left the factory with. It's got its original drivetrain, exhaust, belts, hoses, paint, interior, and even the glass. Like, everything is original on this car. That's why I included it in here. Power comes from its matching numbers, 440 cubic inch 6-barrel V8 backed by Torque Flight automatic transmission and the A36 Performance axle package, which includes Sure Grip differential, power steering, and power disc brakes. It's finished in high-impact EV2 Tour Red with a black vinyl top, and it wears outrageous Superbird aero, the extended nose cone, massive rear wing, and hood pins, as well as period-correct wheels wrapped in Goodyear Polyglass tires. Inside, the black Roadrunner spec interior remains factory fresh right down to the 150 mile/hour speedometer. The Superbird was the final and most extreme aerodynamic homologation car of the muscle car era, and examples like this that are preserved rather than restored are worth so much more money. And they're almost just non-existent. That's why I included it on here. I made a little short video about this, but I'm going to expand it a little bit. The 2008 Bugatti Veyron. Mansory Vivere, just one of two. It has just 4,400 miles on the odometer, and it represents a very specific moment in hypercar history. This is when the Veyron was still like undisputed king. Like, this was the car. It was the fastest car. No one was competing with it. It was number one. Power comes from a legendary 8-liter quad-turbo W16 engine with an automatic transmission. What Mansory did with the Vivere package was turn that technical marvel into like a rolling statement, right? They put exposed special weave carbon fiber across the rear bodywork, the hood and mirrors, alongside with redesigned carbon fiber front and rear bumpers. Also carbon fiber side skirts, roof intakes, engine covers, and rear air outtakes. This car is just carbon, it's a carbon fiber Bugatti Veyron. The look is finished off with gloss black HRE wheels, carbon ceramic brakes with white calipers, and a Mansory performance exhaust. So yeah, this thing's hardcore. Inside, the cabin is trimmed in black leather with turned aluminum accents. Super simple, super fast. We're headed back to Ferrari here, a 2003 Ferrari Enzo. Built between 2002 and 2004, only 400 Enzos were ever produced, with just 127 delivered to the United States. This one is completely unique as it's the only Ferrari Enzo ever painted in Rosso Dino, which separates it from every other Enzo in existence. It's one of one. The odometer shows just 3,700 miles, and beneath the bodywork is pure Formula One influence because it's built around carbon fiber chassis, wrapped in carbon fiber body panels, and powered by a 6-liter naturally aspirated V12 producing 651 horsepower. It's got 4 overhead camshafts, variable valve control, and Bosch Motronic engine management. Power is delivered through an F1 style 6-speed automated manual transmission paired to an F1 derived suspension and limited slip diff, as well as carbon fiber brakes at all 4 wheel corners. This Ferrari is just taking everything it learned from F1 and putting it in a street legal car, essentially. Everything is derived from Formula 1, which 2003 was probably good. I don't know how good of a car that would be now, given Formula 1's and Ferrari's last season. Next year will be their year. Maybe. This example retains its original window sticker and has had services performed within the last 15 months and remains a standout not just for its condition, but for its one-of-one color specification. Like I said, it's the only one finished in Rosso Dino. And we're going to get into another Ferrari here. I'm sorry, these Ferraris are just one after another. They're insane. The Ferrari FXX. 2006 Ferrari FXX. This is Ferrari's inner circle. If you own one of these, you are the highest of high in Ferrari. Then there was only 30 of these built. This is number 28 out of 30. And it's the only Ferrari FXX originally produced in Giallo. I'm not Italian, I'm not saying that right. Giallo. The FXX was introduced in 2005 as a track-only evolution of the Enzo. It was built to push Ferrari's engineering forward with direct feedback from its most trusted clients. Power comes from a 6.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 producing 860 horsepower paired with an F1 style 6-speed automated gearbox. So they took the Enzo, they're like, let's make a racetrack version of it, the FXX. We're only going to make 30 of them and we're going to give them to our most trusted clients, right? The inner circle, the highest of the high Ferrari. Underneath it shares its carbon fiber chassis with the Enzo, but everything is taken a little bit further as it comes with an adjustable rear wing, advanced suspension, and full data logging and telemetry system that allowed Ferrari engineers to analyze every single lap that this did in real time. This is also the only FXX fitted with carbon fiber prancing horse fender plates signed by the Ferrari assembly line staff. This one was acquired new by Phil Bachmann, one of the most active Ferrari FXX drivers in the world. Between 2006 and 2011, he participated in 22 official FXX program events, driving this car at 16 tracks across 4 continents. This is exactly how Ferrari wanted the car to be driven and used. They wanted it to be driven all around to collect data and whatnot to improve their upcoming and newer models. This car has won Platinum Awards and Best of Show honors. I mean, it's truly one of one, an iconic car. The FXX program at Ferrari was super exclusive. It was invitation only, data driven, and reserved for those who were trusted by Ferrari to help improve the company. This will be a super rare moment where Ferrari's inner circle will be available for anyone who has several $1,000,000 of disposable income to spend on this car. And since we're talking about Ferrari, let's just finish with the biggest car of this auction, the 250 GTO, the only one finished in Bianco by Ferrari. Now I mentioned this car is being highly marketed. It's probably the most marketed car you've ever seen listed online. This is chassis 3729 GT, a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, and it's the only 250 GTO ever finished in Bianco by Ferrari. It's one of just 36 examples built between 1962 and 1964, and of those, only one of 8 right-hand drive cars. It was ordered new by British privateer racing John Coombs, and it was delivered in July of 1962 and immediately put to work at the highest level of international GT racing. In period competition, it achieved 1 overall victory and 5 second-place GT finishes, racing at iconic circuits such as Goodwood, Brands Hatch, and Silverstone. What's even more impressive in that is who drove these cars. We're talking Graham Hill, Jack Sears, Mike Parks, Roy Salvadori, and Richie Ginther all competed in this exact car. It just keeps getting better. In 1962, Jaguar came to Ferrari and was like, hey, can we borrow your 250 GTO to see how our E-Class performs against your 250 GTO? And it was this exact GTO that Ferrari gave to Jaguar then, and the results came back very surprising, but not really. Basically, Jaguar came back and was like, your car is so much better than us in every single category, we can't even compare our car to yours. So, that's how good this car was. This car retains period-correct racing modifications installed by Coombs himself, including hood louvers, a third vendor vent, and a cockpit fresh air hose. It's powered by a Ferrari-built Colombo 3-liter V12 fed by 6 Weber carburetors, dry sump lubrication, and backed by its original 5-speed manual gearbox. After its racing career, it eventually returned to Jack Sears, who owned it for 30 years before it became part of the John Shirley collection in 1999. Since then, it's been at every single car event and car show in the world. The biggest ones, it's been featured, it's won so many things, as you can imagine. It is a highly regarded car. And so yeah, I don't even want to know how much this car is going to go for. It's going to be a lot of money, for sure. And that's just a very, very, very small glimpse of what's to come at Mecum's 2026 Kissimmee auction. This is the largest Mecum event of the year. There are thousands of cars that will be crossing the block. I'll be following the event very closely here, keeping you updated with everything you need to know and all of these crazy cars, the Bachmann collection, Apex collection, everything you need to know for this. I will be talking about it right here on Dotslot. So if you want to see more of this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. There's literally hundreds of cars here, thousands of cars. I'm very overwhelmed by it, but, you know, yeah, this is a very long video, I'm sorry.